Greetings, everyone. Happy new moon. New moon in Aries. My name is Quinn, and this is our new moon labyrinth, virtual labyrinth circle. We're doing what we can during COVID. And here in Tucson, Arizona, which is where we are physically located, sometime this summer, we will come back into doing an in-person labyrinth to some degree, probably with staggered start times and things to make it safe. But we will also continue to do a virtual circle for people anywhere that you are. So it is new moon in Aries. And so it is the beginning of the Zodiac. And so it's an interesting liminal space between, and we're also at this point of a little over a year of COVID. And so we're moving into the next year, right? The coming time. Hopefully it's way better than the last year. And so I'm going to play two different videos, two different labyrinth moon experiences at two different times in the past. So in a way, like when you skip a rock and it goes boom, 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 that we're going to do that twice. The first one is right after the lockdown happened last year and then the national emergency was called. So the next month, so that was March. The next month, April, the new moon in April was actually on Earth Day. And that was like I think the last in-person labyrinth that we did was the beginning of March. And we didn't do anything, I don't think, for, I don't remember, for new moon in March. But anyway, so we were very still fresh in the COVID thing. And I know that for myself, I thought, oh, this will be over in a month or two, Yeah. So that's the first video that I'm going to play. And there's no other person, it's just me. Jacob is drumming. So, and there's some audio, so just keep in mind that whatever I say, it's from that perspective. And I'm sure that you will remember a year ago, April, and all the things that were running through your mind at that time. And we didn't know what was coming, and we had to adapt, and we had to adapt all year. So that's the first leap back in time, is back 1 year, not to the specific day, but to the new moon in April. And so just let your mind wander back to that time of all the things that you've learned, how you've adapted, losses, changes, growth, the beauty of maybe what has come. There might also be some space holding about all of the losses of people and everything else that has been lost, including the place that you will see the labyrinth we don't have anymore. We gave that up at the end of May. So that was a loss. Then after that video, I will switch it to a different video. And that was 4 years ago in April. It was full moon, but it was yesterday, like the April 11th. And how I thought about that was good old Facebook said, oh, 4 years ago, today, your memory. And it was a full moon labyrinth walk, and very different. At the time, we didn't know it was different, but we were in a park and there were lots of people there. And so then that's the next skip of the stone. So we'll go back a year and then we'll go back to 2017. We'll go back 4 years. And I'm sure the video isn't as good because I want its older video, but you'll be able to see. And so all the people, you'll see the full moon. So it's full moon instead of new moon, but it's 4 years ago yesterday. And so maybe then after you've leapt back 1 year, then you go back 3 more years to yourself in 2017. What were you doing? What were you thinking? What were you working on? What have you learned since then? How have you grown? And maybe hold space for yourself then. And on both labyrinths, so you follow along with my video in my hand. So you walk with me. And in both of them, there's probably some talking on my part. And of course, it's dated to the exact time that we did the walk. But just let the memories, the thoughts bubble up about where you were then. Also, during the one that goes back to 2017, you might even, especially on the walking back out, you could do this for the year ago as well. Walking in, you could really think about between now and then and going back in time. And then what you could do as you're coming from the center back out, you could change your trajectory and start thinking forward, forward in calendar time. But so from here a year out, and then maybe here 4 years out, and maybe set some intentions. We're also at the beginning of the Zodiac. So really, especially the 1 year, it's this time next year, right at the beginning of the Zodiac. And so maybe there's some wishes. New moon is great for time, great time to make wishes. And maybe there's wishes, intentions, blessings for yourself, trajectories that you would like to work with, about what you're bringing into yourself and into your life. What you do with this time is up to you. And when you're in the center, you can certainly use even though you're not physically in the center, you could use the center to leave things in your mind, from your mind and heart. Just release them, give them back to the earth, offer them up to the labyrinth, and then you come back out. After the second labyrinth, then I will ask someone here in the circle, our blessing maker, Elizabeth, to speak a blessing for everyone who is here about a blessing for you. And then I will close this recording. All right, so we are Web of Life Animists, and it's good to be with you. And I'm going to stop my video and start sharing the screen so that you can start your personal walks. Thanks for being here. All right. You ready? Here we go. It's an opportunity to take into consideration what is really needed for you. Whatever's on your heart, running around in your mind, coming at you in your dreams. Whatever you need, we'll do this step by step. And we're going there, but it's longer than we think, huh? This month, all this has multiple layers of meaning. The winding path, the long walk, things taking longer than we think or want. Such is the way of it, I guess. Here's that big, so sometimes there's other beings in our path and we need to go around instead of plowing through.
Thank you all for being here. It's great to walk with you. It's almost as good, well, almost as good as you all being here. So this is the overgrown area. There have been lots of flowers. I've been coming here well, actually this last week I haven't come much, but a couple times a week to say hello to the building, clear it, light some juniper or something and say hello. I don't know if the spirit of the building is exactly clear about what has gone on, of why we're all gone. Well, any of you that have been here. Getting closer to the center, so if there is anything you would like to leave in the center for spirit or the earth to work on it, you are welcome to do that when we get there, and it's coming up in a second. So if you have something to leave in the center, just maybe do one of those little heart things or whatever you want. And this is the message that felt like it wanted to be shared today. We miss you. You are loved. Yeah, let's let it go. And let it go. Anything that we're unsure about, worried about. Even if our logical mind says, oh, we got this, it'll be all right, we've handled this crap before, or some difficult thing, but that still means there's still emotion. Yeah, there's still, our body holds it. We're not even like through it yet, right? So we have a ways to go on this. And it will take all of us being able to be supportive of each other, even if it's in this way, right? Even if it's in this way. Maybe that's what we're teaching ourselves. Yeah, I know. As someone said to me earlier, it's fucked up. Hey, Valerie, Jacob is drumming under one of the pyramids. And we are hanging out in the center for a minute to release anything that really, really needs to go back to the earth. Also the beauty, yeah? I'm sure each one of us has had at least one thing that has been a surprise that maybe has shown us something beautiful or positive, a new aspect of ourselves, maybe more resilience, or we've learned something about ourselves. something, I'm sure. And then as we leave the center and we move back out towards the world, what is it that we're bringing into this new phase? There are many portals, or one big portal, I don't know. Portal is open. Lots of shifts. Yeah. Lots of shifts. And there's always some good in it. Some, you know the story. And we can walk back out to the world with love in our heart and support for anyone who is sick, who has lost someone. The Navajo Nation is really needing support with masks right now. Having a very, very hard time with the virus, so if anyone makes masks, there's a whole system trying to get as many masks, 2,000 masks to them. So maybe you have those skills or you know someone, please let them know. Also, as we walk, we offer gratitude and protection to all who have to show up to dangerous duty environments for work every day. We have a whole new appreciation and awareness about the word essential. And may this be a seed that we plant, that essential jobs in this kind of traumatic situation and dangerous situation are compensated appropriately. Okay, we're coming to the edge. Uh-oh, some people are having a hard time outside. Okay. All right. So here we are, back in the world, a stressed, pained world that's also filled with beauty. The stressed, pained world is also filled with beauty. And may we all be able to see the beauty even through the pain and challenge. Thank you all for being here, and I hope that you are well and safe.
All right, so that video was from 1 year ago, and now the next is from 4 years ago. Full moon in Libra, April 2017. There's a lot of people here tonight. People are in the center now, and I am just beginning my walk. Offering to the land.
Praying for balance. Praying for balance.
As we wait to go into the center, I ponder balance. The name my spirit world gave me for my role is Ula, which means one who balances. May we each feel balance in our lives, in our communities, and in this sacred place we call home. Until next time. Very interesting. I forgot that I didn't walk back out, so kind of in the center there from 4 years ago. Well, have to look at that as meant to be. I don't know about you, but looking at a labyrinth from back in the before time, all the sounds, the people being so close. Yeah. As we go forward, may we not take some of the things that maybe back then we did take for granted. May we not take them for granted and realize how precious connection is and our friends and loved ones, and to be able to be with them or people we don't know in a compassionate way. Yeah. So thinking forward a year, out to 4 years from now, Elizabeth is going to share a blessing, and maybe that will be a bit of insight to something to keep in mind for the direction in which we are moving, which is from here going forward. Elizabeth, what blessing would you like to share for us?
Your blessing is, may your health be at its most favorable level.
That sounds excellent for 1 year from now, for right now, for 1 year from now, and 4 years from now going forward. Yes, I like that. Thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, so thank you for being here. And to close, I would like to say, because I didn't really say it at the beginning, is one reason why we love labyrinths. Well, Jacob, who is here in the Zoom room live, Jacob has always been our labyrinth maker. And so we've been making labyrinths in the physical world since 2006. We've made them in multiple ways with pine cones and scratched in dirt and tempera paint, and then the ropes, which is the big one. Well, both of them the big one that you just watched, that was ropes with then LED rechargeable battery lights on top. And so once we added the lights, it really changed how we did our full moon labyrinths. And then when we had our physical place here in Tucson, that's when we started doing new moon labyrinths. And yeah. And the woman, the flute that you heard in the second labyrinth, that was Dee. She passed in December, and she would always come to the full moon labyrinths, and she would host new moon circles every new moon for many years. And so it was good to hear her flute. And that's another part of this time, is probably all of us know someone who is not here anymore because of these times. So we all belong. That's what this says here. We all belong. Labyrinths belong there's different shapes, different designs of labyrinths that belong to different cultures, but labyrinths show up all over the planet and have for many thousands of years. And so a labyrinth, that word that we use, there's other words for it, that you start at the entrance and you go back and forth, and you end up in the center. There's no dead ends. And it's a meandering path that takes us somewhere in and out. So that process belongs to all humans. So I hope you have a beautiful new moon. And I look forward to being with you on full moon at the end of the month. And we will likely for that moon, we're going to be in a very beautiful full moon rise location here in Tucson the night before, and we will record our walk. We'll lay down a specific labyrinth and walk it. We're not going to play an old one. And then we'll play it the next night. So that will be lovely. So hopefully to see you then, and take good care of yourself.